Welcome to the special standalone episode of Nobody Told Me This Part Caregiving, Loss, and What Comes Next. I'm your host, Shelby Della Rosa. Today we're talking about survival. When you're staggering under a heavy loss, searching for self help books or deep healing strategies might take way too much energy. Instead, we need a small, simple toolkit of physical comforts just to get through the day. Let's take a breath together and begin. When my husband Rich died, people brought me a lot of books about grief. I appreciated the gesture so much, but the truth is, my brain was so foggy and exhausted that I couldn't even finish a paragraph. I didn't need grand philosophies. I just needed to survive the afternoon. So I built myself a tiny, literal grief toolkit. These were the small, low pressure things that kept me grounded when the emptiness felt too heavy. The first item in my toolkit was my late mother's blanket. It was soft, smelled like safety, and wrapping it tightly around my shoulders on the couch felt like a physical hug from her. It still does. The second item was predictable television. As we talked about a few weeks ago, turning on Love It or List It or House Hunters wasn't just about wasting time. It was about feeding my brain a story where I knew exactly how it would end, with a beautiful, happy resolution. The third item was a simple cup of hot tea or coffee. There was something deeply grounding for me about holding a warm mug in my hands when my chest felt cold and hollow. It forced me to slow down, if only for the 5 minutes it took to drink it. There were a bunch of random items, because if you've been around me any length of time, you know I'm a random kind of girl. Some of those included warm, fuzzy socks, even in summer in Florida, a few chosen books that I could read in short bursts, and I'll link to those in the show notes, a music group called Wakey Wakey, which was way out of my norm, and kind of strangely felt like taking a deep breath. And this one's weird, the death scene of Grey's Anatomy's Denny Duquette. I know, I can't believe it either, but it is a wildly cathartic scene. And the song Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol. It still gets me in the feels. The final item in my toolkit was a cheap pad of art paper and basic acrylic paints. I didn't know how to paint, still don't, and what I made completely sucked, still does. But putting those bright colors onto a page gave my hands something to do other than shake. Your toolkit doesn't have to look like mine. Maybe your toolkit is a pair of hiking boots and a good trail. Maybe it's going for a drive with the windows down and the radio blasting, or a single flower you bought at the grocery store to put on your windowsill. Maybe it's something brand new that you haven't quite discovered yet. When you're a caregiver, your toolkit is full of medical supplies, phone numbers, and emergency plans. But now, your toolkit needs to be full of things that offer pure comfort. Comfort that you don't need to justify or rationalize. Just allow yourself. If your mind is racing today, or if you feel completely overwhelmed by your loss, I want you to look around your room right now. What is one tiny physical thing that makes you feel just a little bit safer? A blanket, a warm drink, a quiet song? Go grab that one thing. Let it be enough for today. You don't have to fix your life this afternoon. You just have to be gentle with yourself, one small comfort at a time. Thank you for sharing your time and energy with me today. Please remember, you don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders anymore. If you want a quiet, no pressure space to feel less alone, you can receive my weekly ish emails by clicking the link in the show notes below. Until next time, take it one breath at a time. Be gentle with yourself. You're worth it.